We're moving now to Jerusalem, where the 16th annual Jerusalem conference is being held today, and our correspondent Jordana Miller joins me live from Jerusalem. Jordana, a lot of big names expected to take the stage today. Netanyahu, President Rivlin. What have you heard so far as a highlight of today?
Well, I mean, there's been a lot of discussion actually about elections and politics. This is typically a conference that looks at all of the kind of economic, political, social challenges. And there has been talk of those issues, whether it's hardcore political issues like Gaza or more internal issues like some of the divisions between Israel's religious and secular residents or citizens, I should say. But elections, first and foremost, President Rivlin kicked off today with a call for candidates to really conduct this campaign with a measure of civility. He said it's crucial for the political process and to really try to listen to the public and what they need. We also heard from Isaac Herzog, who now heads the Jewish Agency. He, of course, brought the Labor Party 24 seats in the last election. That now seems miraculous when we think about the kind of free fall that the Labor Party seems to be coming into. And today, with the Labor primaries, Isaac Herzog refusing really to say anything about it. He said, anything I say may be misinterpreted and I don't want to comment. We heard from politicians on the right, Gilad Erdan, a minister who just snatched a top slot on the Likud primary list, and he went after really the most formidable challenger to Prime Minister Netanyahu in years. That's the former IDF general, Benny Gantz, just slashing him and calling him a leftist, even though, of course, he does not identify as a leftist and says he is on the center right. I also had a chance to speak with Ofer Berkovich, the candidate who ran and lost the mayorship here in Jerusalem. Take a listen to what he said about Netanyahu.
I think Netanyahu is very admired for his work internationally and in the security point of view, but I think that it's very clear that in internal issues, interior problems, we need to have improvement about housing crisis here in Israel, about the prices, about the cost of living in Israel, about the ability to live together, religious and non-religious, ultra-Orthodox, Jewish and Arabs. And so I think that forces that can try to deliver this kind of message more stronger and with hope for a change in these kind of aspects can have much more support for many people from all over the political map. It can be right-wing or left-wing.
Jordana, listening to what Ofer Berkovich told you, housing, the cost of living in Israel, it really does seem like these issues will be central to anyone vying for the prime minister's seat, because as Ofer Berkovich said, as long as it comes to security, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is, so to speak, good.
Absolutely. That is correct. It is something that Isaac Herzog talked about as well, that, candidates need to really put out a unifying message. We often talk about how divided the United States is. Israel is deeply divided as well between right and left, between religious and secular. Isaac Herzog, as now the head of the Jewish Agency, is in charge of those very sensitive ties between Israel and the diaspora community. And he says we need to learn from the American Jews that here in Israel there needs to be a level of tolerance and acceptance for Jews who are different than us. So certainly that will be a message that we are likely to hear throughout this campaign season.
All right, Jordana Miller live for us there in Jerusalem. Jordana, thank you very much for joining me for this.